Hey guys, it's Ainsley here. How's it going? Today I want to talk to you guys about fear. So, for many of us in our business, sometimes we just are too afraid of failing that we just don't even begin. So, I wanted to today just talk about a couple of things that many women in business are afraid of, and just a couple of things that you can ask yourself just to move past this fear. Okay, so for example, maybe you've considered wanting to do a workshop and share your expertise. So maybe you are a social media manager, maybe you want to teach people how to manage their social media so you can get you can meet more people, show your expertise and share basically share how they can manage their own social media. But then also you're meeting clients and then they may want you to do their social media. So it's another way for people to get to know you. So workshops are really awesome because you also bring in some extra money doing the workshop, but then you can also get ongoing clients from that as well. But many people freak out at the idea of a workshop. So, it does sound a bit scary, booking an event, booking a location, paying for it, and then hopefully selling spots on the workshop. Like, I understand it sounds scary, but you know what? What's the worst thing that could really happen if you organised a workshop? Okay, so let's just brainstorm what could actually happen, and let's just move past it. So, okay, so maybe no one shows up. Okay, maybe you don't sell any tickets to your workshop. If no one buys any tickets before the event, before the day before, just cancel it. No one needs to know it wasn't held because no one bought a ticket anyway. Okay, so if you're worried about not selling tickets, don't worry about it. People will forget. They won't even know no one bought tickets because it's just, they move on with their lives, and you can move on from that as well. Maybe you want to approach someone in another business that you want to collaborate with. So maybe you want to collaborate with an influencer or a blogger or someone who's got complementary skills that you could work together on a joint venture or something like that. You might be afraid to reach out. Maybe you're scared they're going to say no. But what's the worst that can happen? Okay, let's just think worst case scenario. Worst case, they say no. Okay, that's it. That's cool though. If you don't ask, you don't get, okay? So don't let these fears of being rejected or any of that keep you from sort of asking someone to, join you in something, an idea that you've got. You may have an amazing idea. If you don't ask, you don't know whether they're interested or not. So don't be afraid, okay? So what about Facebook Lives? That's another thing that a lot of women get really, tripped up with, because going live on Facebook can be scary. You're putting yourself out there for the world to see you. It can feel really scary. Hey Chris, how you going? Thanks for watching. So basically, I like to think, well, what is the worst thing that can happen on a Facebook Live? Okay, worst thing is, what about no one's watching? Like I've got one person watching now, but that's fine. That's awesome. That's one person who is watching now, but it doesn't mean there's not going to be more later who, when they've got time, they can watch later. So don't think that just because someone's not watching live that they're not interested. It just means that we've got lives and we're busy. So don't think it's a reflection of you if no one's watching your videos, okay? And we all have busy lives. Different times of day suit different people. So at night, around this time, I tend to found that it actually suits a few more people. So it's, thanks Chris. It's actually a better time for people to be watching my videos, whereas during the day I barely get anyone watching live. And so engagement is better at certain different times of the day. So just work out when your audience is online. So what's another thing? So some people think on a Facebook Live that, they don't know what to say. Okay, that's totally cool. I get it. But what about if you wrote a script? What if you wrote out on a piece of paper and put it on the wall behind you, like I've done tonight? Amazing, right? So I don't always do this, but when I'm doing something and I've got a bit of an idea what I want to cover, I've put it behind me. Like no one even knows. You might know because I might be looking like I'm looking past my camera, but it doesn't matter. Like, as long as I get the message across, and as long as you're getting your message across, the people who are needing to hear your message will hear it. And it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly scripted and, you know, you're like a public speaker who's done it 1,000 times. It doesn't matter. People love people who are like themselves. We all want to see people who are, you know, themselves, vulnerable and being themselves, because it's a bit intimidating seeing someone who's perfect all the time, who gets everything right all the time. So, you know, just, you know, if you're scared, it's okay to be scared, but you know what? The first few you do, you'll be a little bit nervous and you'll be like shaking like a leaf, and that's fine. But you know what? I've been doing this now for a couple of months, and now I just feel like I'm talking to my friends, and it's nice. And I'm helping people with what I've got to say. So you need to just realize what you've got to say is important, and people need to hear that message, okay? So if you have got a fear about going live on your Facebook page or personal page, I understand, but just work out what the worst case scenario is, and if you can deal with that, give it a whirl, okay? So, yeah, basically you're here to help people and offer solutions to their problems. So don't let the fear of stuffing up or failing hold you back from doing that, okay? So this quote that I've put up here is, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. And that's by Dale Carnegie. So I hope this inspires you to, you know, book that event room, book that space that you've been thinking about wanting to do a workshop in. You know, do a Facebook Live. If you want to start small with Facebook Lives, what you can do is create a list of people that you want to see your content. So I've actually got a few different lists. So I've got like my family are separate, so they don't see all this stuff because it's not relevant to them. And I want what I'm talking about to be relevant to the audience who I'm speaking to. So I have a list who I know would be interested in my content. So this is what I talk about to them. So you don't have to have your list, your whole 500 friends see everything you talk about on your Facebook Lives, okay? So that is a scary thought. I totally get it. I don't want all my old work friends and my family seeing everything that I'm doing, because it's not relevant to what they're doing in their life, and that it might just be a bit annoying seeing me talk about business, mindset and strategy and stuff like that every day. So anyway, I'd love you to comment below if you are watching this on the replay. I meant to say this at the beginning, but that's okay. You know, I'm getting it out now. But if you do have any fears right now, anything you really want to do in your business but you're freaking out about it, I'd love you to drop a comment. Let me know what it is. Let us know, and I'll try and reframe it for you and get you sort of into you know, get you past this fear and get you taking action, and because action cures fear, okay? Hey Chris, so basically what you do is you create a specific list and you actually put specific people on that list. So I've got a list of service-based entrepreneurs who are women, because that's who I know I can help. So all of those people, and when I go live, I make sure the list that it's going live to actually says service-based entrepreneurs, women. So that's how I know that none of my family or friends or anything like that will see it. However, if it said public, that would mean that it would go to all my my audience that I like my whole entire Facebook group of friends. So I've got 1,000 people. I probably know about 200 of them, but you know, that's the entrepreneurial world where you know, have friends from all over the world. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm glad that helped, because that just might take some of that fear away if you are not really wanting to do lives because you think everyone's going to see it and start talking about you behind their back or something, even though that's an irrational thought as well. But we all have thoughts like that, don't we? Yeah, so thanks so much for watching, Chris. So if anyone has anything they've been nervous about doing or are wanting to do, let us know what it is. Drop a comment and I'm going to come back and give you a bit of a pep talk to get you going, okay? All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. It's Thursday night here in Brisbane and we've actually got a storm coming. It's like thunder and lightning and everything, so that's kind of cool. I love the rain. Anyway, all right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!